And I've got him back in here. You know he's the producer, so he runs out, produces, runs back in. We're going to talk about a very special type of patriotic family activity. We do lots of things where we have board games and fun things to do, but this one's really unique. Take it away,
What
Dave.
I normally try to do, Shelby, is come up with things that aren't going to cost a lot of money. They're not going to take a lot of time. There's something you can put together real quick and easy for a family fun night. Well, this one's a little bit different today because this is going to cost some money. And this is going to take some of your time. But, you know, a lot of people go on family vacations. They go to Florida, they go to Disney World, they go to Universal, they go to the beach. And what I'm encouraging you to do on this patriotic day that this is to take a family vacation. Take your family out to Washington, D.C. I think it's something that every American ought to have the opportunity to do. I was just out there in January. I took some of these pictures. It is unbelievable just to stand. There's the Lincoln Memorial. Just to stand at these buildings. I mean, that's where Dr. King gave his I Have a Dream speech, right there. And to be able to stand right where he was. In fact, they have the brick marked where he was standing when he gave that speech. There's so many unbelievable, it just takes your breath away to be in that city and to see these things. The White House there, and there's so many things, the National Gallery, there it is. That's Alexander Hamilton and John Jay, the first Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. It's just amazing to see those. Of course, the United States Capitol building there. It's a beautiful city, and it's just an overwhelming feeling of pride that you get when you stand there and look at that. But the one thing that I want to talk about is going to, there's the Lincoln Memorial again at night. The one thing I want to talk about is going to the National Archives. Now, the National Archives is where they keep documents of every single thing that the government does, every session of Congress, every meeting. It all goes into the National Archives. But what they've got on display, as you can see right there, that's the Constitution of the United States, and then to the left is the Declaration of Independence, to the right is the Bill of Rights. And they have these on display where you can walk into this rotunda and walk right up to the Constitution right there and read it, the handwritten copies on 4 different documents. There's the Declaration of Independence. It is so faded that you can barely read it, but you can still see the signature, some of the signatures on it. You can still see the top of it where it says in Congress, July 4th, 1776. And I got to tell you, when I was standing there looking at these documents, it was so moving to me. And as you saw in some of the pictures, they have armed security guards standing on either side of these documents, and that's all they do is just stand there and protect those documents. And I was so moved. Here's the signatures on the Constitution. If you look close enough, you can read Alexander Hamilton there from New York, the only delegate from New York. And there's their hand signatures right there in front of you. You see the security guards standing there. I was so moved that I spoke to those security guards and I just said, thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for standing here day after day and guarding these documents that we founded our country on. And it is unbelievable to be able to stand there so close to those things and see them. So I would encourage anybody, if you're going to take a family vacation in the next year or two, get your kids, get your family together, go to Washington, D.C., spend some time looking at how our country was founded, some of the things that made this country what it is today. Go to the Vietnam Memorial. Go to the World War II Memorial. Go to the President's Memorials. Go to Arlington National Cemetery. And just let your kids and yourself experience what this means, because I think you'll look at things in a different light when you're actually there to see them. So that's my little family fun activity, which is not little, but it's a great one.
I think it is wonderful. I hope it prompts some people to do it. I would love to do it. I've never been. So I would love to take my son. He is so interested in anything to do with our country, so I know that he would really love it. So
absolutely.
That's a great idea, and we need to put some thought into that and get a date on the calendar.
You should do that, absolutely.
Thanks a lot for that, Dave.
All right, thank you.
Well, meteorologist